Let me adjust all my numbers. Today has just been a mess and a half. My entire computer decided to reset all my accounts, so I had to go completely relog into anything. OBS is also giving me that crap as well, so I just had to completely relog into Twitch through OBS because it was giving stream key issues. But my god, alright. Little slow, but let's get into the operation. So, going over the details here, this is going to be Blue 4 being NATO, OPFOR being Warsaw Pact. This is a 1980s-esque operation continuing the branch of OFCRA ops that have been on the theme of Cold War. They've been doing Cold War stuff, and they've also been doing Somalians versus Ethiopian stuff for a resource war sort of spiel. But otherwise, Blue 4 are going to be starting in various different locations. We've got... I don't actually recognize that flag specifically, but we got US, we've got British, we have French, and Germans, and then again, that fifth flag, I don't recall. But we've got Soviet Union mainly, and then we've got some, I believe, Polish. Don't recognize that flag because that's the Livonian flag, and then we've got, might be Czech over there. But regardless, here is how today's operation is going to work. There is one neutral objective in this 90-minute round for this checkpoint right here. Whoever has control of that checkpoint by the end of the 90-minute round will gain 3 points. Now, Blue 4 on the attack, they have to do the following objectives. They have to destroy a radio station before the first 60 minutes. That radio station is located over here. I believe it is this vehicle. Not sure if it's a scroll wheel interact or if they can just hit it with AT, but basically after the first 60 minutes, that needs to be destroyed. That is a really cool looking asset. I think that's actually a custom-made tower with pallets, to be honest, and then the woodwork, I think, is just logs. That's really cool. Man, that gives me so many ideas, but regardless, this is an objective worth 2 points. And then there are 3 artillery pieces here, I believe located at this field artillery position. Compared to the last mission where it was destroy all of them or defend all of them, and it was winner take all for those points, now it is based off of the individual pieces themselves. So artillery piece number 1, 2, and 3, which are located here, here, and here, are each worth 1 point. And those are cashed in by the 75-minute mark. So if OPFOR destroys 2 of the tanks, but one of them is still alive by the... Blue 4, the attacking faction, destroys 2 of the tanks, but OPFOR, one is still alive by the 75-minute marker, then Blue 4 will gain 2 points, OPFOR will gain 1 point. And then there's 2 additional bonuses. If OPFOR kills Blue 4 commander, they get 1 point, and vice versa. And then there's a survival bonus, meaning if there's at least 8 people alive on your team, you gain 2 points for that number superiority and tactics. So, at a maximum, each side can score, let's see, 11 points total. Based off of Major Combat here. OPFOR reporting that they're ready. We'll go ahead and jump around and see how everything goes. But overall, should be a nice round to review everything. But otherwise, small commanders and excuse me, Floppy, how are you guys doing? Let's go ahead and look at OPFOR here. So OPFOR have got various different groups here. We've got the Soviet forces, mainly with SKSs. And they also seem to have some sort of static backpack with them and a transport truck. All right. In the last mission, we did see menaces in play. We saw 50 cal statics. We saw tanks in play. A lot of fun stuff here. But otherwise, these guys appear to have MTLBs, PKM, some RPG 26. Nah, that's RPG 75 or something. More weapon backpacks and a lot of AK-based stuff. I'm pretty sure that's Czechoslovakian-based force before they changed to Czech Republic. Blue beret guys for this position. I'm assuming that's a VDV flag, actually, because they have the blue berets. We've got VSSs in play and AS Vals, AKs, carbines, and a BRDM. So that is an elite force for OPFOR. Looking at the red flag down here, we've got a BTR, actually 2 BTR 80s from them. They're either 70s or 80s, but basically with KPTV turrets and whatnot. Looking at what else we've got. We've got, I believe, a Polish force down here. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. These guys appear to be AK-based, and otherwise they've got some sort of weapon backpack and some transports. Got some empty sandbags in play as well. Interesting. Otherwise, mission has just started. I'll continue to review what we have where. Germans appear to have 113s in play here, equipped with 7.62 G3s. And we got a Carl Gustav in play for them as well. American forces also going to be rolling with 113s, and they have a main battle tank. That's, I believe, an M60A5, or it could be an A3. We also have a helicopter in play, a transport car that might be ground command. I want to quickly get a look at this helicopter. It appears to be only equipped with 50 cal capability. All right. This is the British side, actually. So we've got some Land Rover Jeeps going here, and some transports as well. So some mobile 50 cal pieces. And then you got the French up here, also coming in with 113s. Zixmi's clone died. I'm trying to figure out who was Blue 4's ground command. Based off the fact we're seeing this vehicle driving away, I'm going to assume it's Maquis and Flip for Flap. All right, and then Op 4's commander, I'm going to assume is Depso, since he is alone in this one vehicle over here. So when they have objectives tied to the deaths of the commanders, they usually are very keen on putting the commanders well away from the AO. Blue 4, though, appears to be attempting a rush play on the radio station. Doing a quick flyby of it. They do have an infantry squad loaded. They could just turn it around and quickly land it before Op 4 are able to get defensive forces in. We also appear to have a BMP. That's a BMP-1 model on station. Also has ATGM on the top. And there is a second BMP in play as well. Also a BMP-1. Pretty heavy hitters there. I'm really surprised we're seeing this helicopter fly in so bluntly over the objectives because it has a full squad loaded in it. I really don't know what it's going for there, except maybe to try to assassinate ground command, but it's just a wild weasel run through enemy territory. It just seems incredibly risky. But I'd imagine a lot of Op 4's statics are going to be Metis launchers to try to deal with that tank. So yeah, Blue 4 going incredibly low with that helicopter there. We'll see where they decide to land. Otherwise, it's just an development of force coming into the objectives. Op 4 deploying some initial lines to set up ambush positions along this MSR and to otherwise hold these Op 4 artillery positions in the radio position. We don't see any direct units defending yet. A BMP-1 next to the RD position. Blue 4 looks like they're coming in to land at this area over here. They're going to be making a direct run for Op 4 ground command, but he's already left the AO. Could run into the VDV forces coming in from the north as well, but yeah, this could really go either way. I'm going to tab out real quick. I want to do a full head count. We are at, for this mission, 167 players for this scenario. That might be a record for OFCRA. Usually, like, I want to say I feel like I've seen 180 on OFCRA before, but I can't remember because the Russian stuff was 200 players or something, but OFCRA getting up to 167, I mean, more media outlet, and I mean, their server is really, I mean, I'm not seeing any desync at all with it. I think this is great for what we're getting with today. So 167 down, we'll see. It's pretty much like an 80v80 for this one. We might see an intercept if Blue 4 is quick enough here. Do they have AT? We do see some early M72 laws that they could use. This appears to be a British SAS force.
I'm assuming everyone has suppressed weapons from me and everybody else.
Yeah, so they're mentioning they have suppressed weaponry.
Alright, yeah, suppressed weapons, I will see.
Interestingly enough, the VDV group has turned around, so we were actually close to seeing two suppressed groups engage each other. Otherwise, Blue 4 is starting to establish a massive push out right here. We've got Op 4 trying to set up, possibly to ambush a tank group here. So that is a tank in a single squad with a 113. In a second, these guys are going to start hearing that tank. Yep, so we got two dudes with AT here, and a dedicated... Actually, no, it's a third AT gunner. So they're moving up. If they're quick enough, they might be able to get on that tree line and ambush anything that comes down. So OPFOR already setting up some good ambushes. You've got the Huey flying over. However, this guy has the AA weapon. So I'm surprised Skipu isn't getting out to try to shoot it down. That KPTV needs to be careful. It almost shot their own dude right there, but that gave their position away. And now you're going to see these commandos move up. They're trying to line up their 72 laws here to take out that BRDM. NASA, who's my liaison to these events, he's trying to coordinate his group to get up here.
No, not near us, not near us. We got enemies next to us.
Yeah, so you see the BRDM now. But, I mean, if the Huey just flies close so the AA Vic can't get a lock on, they can just line up a shot. Looking back up here, we got some Blue 4 dismounts.
Affirmative.
So he's cautiously poking his head up here. Dro, I'm gonna be honest, just having Apex and SOG Prairie Fire, I mean, those are the only DLCs you really need. All right, these guys spotted the contact. I'm waiting to see if Blue 4 is going to attempt to run an AT guy up. Nope, too late. The BRDM's pulling north. All right, so that was a interesting spot of contact here. Another interesting point, though. We've got another Blue 4 tank coming in. And OPFOR have an AT position. We got Slushy here with AT out. No, you want to get on the open road to take that shot. You don't want to hide in here. I mean, is that tank going to... Slushy. Oh my gosh, no! Bro missed the tandem warhead shot. Nah, too late now. Nah, that's gone, dude. Oh, that's gotta suck. So OPFOR had an opportunity to ambush a tank, but it was missed. Because they wanted to load a different round in, but it was... one opportunity. Oh, well. So that tank support's going to come down and support the German push down here with these 3 M113s. We've got a BMP-1 in play here that could easily damage those 113s, but that tank could easily counter that BMP. So I think the 113s are still going to continue going down this SSR here, maybe get on the MSR and then move north just to basically flank around. Blue 4 SAS still moving around on the back line, possibly hunting for Depso, but he is up there instead. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure OPFOR and Blue 4 know each other here. OPFOR heard the vehicle earlier. Blue 4 got eyes onto that OPFOR force. Maybe OPFOR is also seeing the infantry moving along in that tree line, but we have multiple different points of contact here that could be done. How many players? 167 total. I have it in the title as 165 plus. But I'm glad to see that OFCRA is doing some really good growth here. It's a shame that FNF isn't growing that much, but that's also because FNF makes silly decisions that, yeah. Anyway. All right. OPFOR starting to line up with Blue 4 here. This will be an impasse. Honestly, Blue 4 should just bring the tank up and start shelling the tree line. That should either bait OPFOR into panic firing their AT or just make them pull back entirely. Dro, I did. Yes. Honestly, you just need Apex and Prairie Fire, and you'll be good for like 95 to 99% of the communities out there. Because Global Mobilization, it's nice, but you can... There's so many other maps and tank assets that you can use, and there isn't really much else in there that you really need because there's already German mods out there that provide the stuff. And then CSLA, whatever the hell, you can just get with RHS and 3CV factions. Contact's pretty cool, but it's more of a solo experience. And everything else is just fluff that people like me that love Arma don't mind buying to support it. But, yeah, still just fluff. So yeah, up to you, buddy. Oh! OPFOR gets a nice ambush on 2 Blue 4 members that were put up on scouting duty. This TSB team is going to try to hunt the tank, but the tank is now coming up on point. So instead, they might run into the rear of this entire infantry group and get an even better ambush. And they've got the KPTV on the BTR. That could be messy for Blue 4. We still have those two groups in a stalemate here. Tank, something just fired up here. Don't know if that was the tank or some GL rounds, but the tank is now on point. That BTR is going to drive right into this group. AT is right there. No one's turning around and hearing the audio. They're dismounting. This is about to be a very, very nasty ambush. Yeah, BTR is going to pull back. OFCRA is going to get some very nasty licks in here. No one hears the BTR. I can hear the BTR. Oh, wait. People are starting to notice. They see the vehicle.
Hello, guy.
Now they're starting to turn around. Yeah, they're calling the BTR behind them. Are you fully dismounting the BTR? Oh, you guys could have literally hit that and pulled away. Because they didn't see the tank. So we're going to start seeing some rear security on Blue 4's line here. They're getting fully enveloped, though. Look at all the forces around here. We got some double taps going on to those Blue 4 members. I can see the wisdom in pulling back to let everything else get into position, but I feel like that could have been an early hit and run to completely disorganize this group. Because this is allowing Blue 4 to set up a proper 360. All right, look at this. So Blue 4's pushed their tank up right here. No casualties delivered yet, but OPFOR is pulling out of this area, realizing that they're just at a standstill there. Blue 4, meanwhile, still sweeping around the SAS group. I have no idea where OPFOR's line of forces are, but we've got some forces dismounted by the radio. Still, the arty field position is completely out, and we've got... Oh, no. OPFOR calling out the Land Rover coming down. They got to be careful, because those backpacks raise above their heads, so they're easily able to see them.
Start moving up as infantry.
I don't think Blue 4's seen them yet. So you got more Land Rovers coming up. OPFOR immediately tries to open up. That Vic pulls away. A little bit of an early shootout there. Oh, look at this. OPFOR's tank in the middle of Blue 4 line. Excuse me, Blue 4's tank in the middle of OPFOR line. They just ran over a dude. That was an AT guy, though. Yeah, he has an RPG backpack, so the tank, in a panic after getting hit, ran over the AT gunner. More AT being fired. Main turret appears to be down. They're using the commander turret. In the meantime, you got some shooting back here. They're taking out some Blue 4 members on the rear. You got this force coming in. I feel like this Blue 4 force is about to have a very rude awakening. Tank's main gun is disabled. Commander turret's still active, but look at all of the envelopment we're about to see on this position. Blue 4 is about to have a lot of heavy casualties, unless Blue 4 can find a breakout position. I'd give it 20 more seconds before Blue 4 starts engaging this force, and no one is pulling rear security because they're trying to envelop against this force coming in. You got this tank now firing, now that the smoke's run out. More smoke's being popped. But if they could get Slushy to the rear of that tank, she can destroy it with the tandem warhead and get redemption on that Pactor. We got some OPFOR elements from this side that pushed into this force. This group needs to close the gap very quickly, but now we got Blue 4 turning around because they've noticed some of this force here. But this is incredibly dangerous. Lolo gets a drop. But yeah, this Blue 4 element's screwed. Looking over at the rest of the map real quick, you still got that fight. Those guys have stalled. OPFOR's pulled out of that area. SAS still hunting, but this is a good chunk of Blue 4's manpower. This is about a 20v20 man fight, but OPFOR have a full encirclement going. Lolo's in a great position to engage. I think we just had AT fire, but it missed the tank. So she's got these trees to work with to get right on top of that tank, get a point-blank shot on it with a tandem warhead rocket. Lolo still obscured by the smoke there, picking up the Dragon launcher. More AT fire, that's a miss. It's gonna back up right to Slushy. Slushy's got a perfect shot. That's a hit. That commander gun should be disabled at this point. Yep. They're just panic firing the coaxes. We need to see another RPG. Third RPG missed by OFCRA there. Where's that follow-up shot? Lolo should be able to get up and have eyes on this blue 4 element here. Lolo's dropping the Dragon, possibly for Slushy to pick up. Lolo, doesn't get it because Seismo comes around and starts getting the shots. We do have a blue 4 guy here panic throwing grenades, but look at this element getting cleaned up here by a full 360. Encirclement, it's rare to see 360 encirclements like this, but my God, are they painful. So where's that AT gonna hit? Or is Lolo gonna try to satchel it? Nope. Seismo, meanwhile, running right up and getting the kill over there. Seismo could plant AT on it. These three aren't waking up. Setting up the Dragon. Oh, that's brilliant. Take the shot. Score your kill. I think they might move it because the stick's in the way. I hope it doesn't obscure the rocket. That would be funny if it did, but come on. Take the shot. Might be within the minimum firing range or something. I really don't know. Mitsu trying to engage. We just heard the AT shot fire. Now they're running. Seismo's wounded because Lolo, I think, just killed Seismo in friendly fire. I'm really confused why they dropped the RPG. They should have just finished it off with some rear hits on the RPG, but only 2 blue 4 guys remaining alive. Like, what's the logic here, you know? Sam's on the verge of getting run over. Yep. Yep. There we go. See, RPG! Why did you drop the... it's silly. Slushy going for some finish-offs here, but yeah, TSB being TSB. That's my opinion on that. Because there was another RPG to utilize, but that's okay. Another tap by Lolo. How many kills is Lolo on? 2. All right. Thought it was greater, but some of them were just knockouts. T-Crow's uncon. Looking at the rest of the map here, we've got a massive blue 4 push coming into this position because it looks like they were reinforced by a 113. BTR is coming around, though, to assist in that OP4 counter. And then you've got OP4 re-attacking this blue 4 position. Double tap. And otherwise, 1 blue 4 guy is still alive. But this BTR is right here. Wait a minute. Oh my God, steal the BTR. Yes. That'd be funny. Free BTR.
Where we put the fucking super.
Alright, so there's still 2 blue 4 stragglers up to the north. They're checking the 113s, but there's another blue 4 force coming in to counter. Looks like it's a German force. And they're also bringing their air support in, so this could turn on the remaining OP4 elements here as new attack waves come in. Meanwhile, looking at this attack up here, OP4 dismounting a squad over here. That BTR needs to be pushed up a bit more to be effective. Blue 4 have a spearhead in here, but it's Epic getting a great fatal funnel here on these guys, knocking 1 guy out. Firing more rounds. Gotta be careful because now we'll take fire from the window. And you got the 113 coming around. And the crew are poking out and trying to shoot. That's funny. Adamek coming around on the rear as well. You got OP4 still holding in that position. They're not going to make an offensive action. SAS coming over to where Depso might be to eliminate him early on. Looking back here, OFCRA just collecting what they have over here. Adamek trying to get a spray down because they saw Kilo. Kilo returning fire. I think Adamek took a hit there. Now you've got fire from the south over here. This is another nasty fight that's going on. OFCRA taking a wounded there as someone was able to fire from over, but now you got Adamek. He's gonna come around and see this Maskaz situation. But Cheeseburger spots him! Adamek somehow maneuvers around and kills Cheeseburger! That was incredible! I don't know how he got away with that. He was able to basically stay behind his gun. Oh, Adamek should not have gotten away with that, but he did. If they're not able to keep the gun lined up, I mean, that's all that, but okay, look at this. So Cake is not stealing the BTR. Instead, Cake is taking all the wheels off. That's, yes. And took the ammo box out. Hold up, Lolo's running back. And Lolo, thanks Cake for all of his hard work. Oh my, he's taking the wheels. And he took the ammo box. We do a little bit of sabotage here. We do a little bit of sabotage. So you got that German squad, it's holding. You got 2 additional dismounts here. OFCRA still checking all the gear. Huey still marauding around. Looking back here, Adamek is possibly looting some stuff. He's gonna take one of their rifles to confuse audio ID. This group's still right here. He can do a lot of damage because that's also a grenade launcher. 1 GL is going to kill everyone there. They got 2 wounded here. Adamek could do a lot of damage if he lines up because OFCRA seem to want to be making a holding action here. And then we've got another force up here, more Blue 4 trying to come in, but OFCRA have stopped them with some second story attackers here, knocking out multiple infantry as they push up. We'll see if more can get online here, but we've got an open field assault as additional forces come in. I mean, OFCRA 3 for 3 right now in their assaults. But will Adamek make the push to stop the Maskaz, which is no longer a Maskaz, they're all up. So far, OFCRA have the advantage. They're starting to pull forces back. Otherwise, Huey flying overhead. Grenade! It bounces in! Oh, shit! That...
was good.
Oh, okay. Okay. There goes Sweet. It was a dud. And there goes Adamek with the biggest fumble I've ever seen. He threw a smoke grenade instead of a frag grenade. He would have gotten a triple kill with that frag grenade, but he threw a smoke grenade. Okay. Well, at least he tried. Willie Pete was a lie. Yes, it was, Adamek. You could have gotten a triple kill with it, but they went, oh, okay. The Willie Pete was a lie. He's a shit. I love it. Oh, only an Arma. All right, so you got some suppression going out here. Blue 4 trying to send up a counter force here. They've got 2 guys that, if this main force engages, these guys can come on the rear and actually do some pretty significant damage. OFCRA are still over here. I think after Blue 4 already mounted up and head south. Yeah, they're over here now, trying to reinforce that attack because these guys are getting pummeled. But overall, looking at Blue 4's forces, there's not a lot. One caveat, though, is Depso is hiding back here. And the SAS guys are still hunting him down. Good chunk of infantry down for Op4 here. We also see some OG rounds, which are frag rounds. Some dead crewmen indicating I think the BMP went tits up. Now you got some shots, so Op4 are going to turn and engage, but that means if this force turns and engages, Op4 will also turn forces around. One of them immediately going down, the other one quickly trying to pull back. Yeah, they should have waited for the other force to come in, but they probably didn't have comms with them. So I think this Blue 4 force and this Op 4 force are going to trade evenly in this town because that BTR refuses to push in. This group, Op 4 had the advantage, and they're still cleaning things up over here, but the tank is coming up, and that could easily counter these Op 4 forces coming up. GL just blew up some of this building here and managed to knock Vogel out, but now you got the tank firing. Thankfully, Op 4 have all of this tall grass to hide, and I think this is a wheat field, yep. So they can crawl around, but that tank's going to pretty much lock them down. They're going to have to rely on some other Op 4 element coming down and trying to AT that tank. But only Blue 4 only has one tank remaining. Round comes in and it ricochets down the field here.
So let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
My God. Yeah, so I think it was an RHS Willie Pete grenade, and the RHS Willie Pete grenade is only a smoke grenade. It's not an actual Willie Pete grenade like the Willie Petes in Prairie Fire. So it is a lie. It is essentially a lie. And I saw the texture of it too, so I knew exactly what it was, but yeah, it only did smoke. It didn't do any damage. So I was like, oh, it's still a dud. Oh, RHS Willie Pete's real? It's Cup Willie Pete. Okay, gotcha, buddy. Dave gets Hillary Clinton by Val. Still have a Blue 4 machine gunner up running around over here. A little worried about Depso, but Blue 4 have a lot to potentially clear out. They might try to get on the rear on the Arty field. But Op 4 are not really committing a lot to defense. Instead, they're dynamically engaging what they can. But now you got this Blue 4 and Op 4 group here. Even if they trade evenly, I think this force has done its service in terms of already encircling and winning a one-to-one engagement. Ottawa turns around, he gets dropped, but now you're going to have these two guys come around. Roland tries to turn around, but is unable to land any successful hits. I don't see any blood on the ground. He's going to get double tapped, but he tried his best. Oh, look at Mackenzie right here. The perfect flank on this battle line. That's the one weakness of this formation.
Let's
And he's got a PKM. There goes Galician. Op 4 returning fire into Mackenzie's tree line. Grenade does damage. More return fire. Op 4 have 3 down in the middle, though. Oh, man. It's really up to Mackenzie to survive and get this shot here. We hear some empty mags, possibly some weapon jams. So the entirety of, yeah, TSB tried pushing their forces up, but they were unfortunately wiped. And this Op 4 element is otherwise broken. So Blue 4 might come out on top. They might find Baku in a tree up here, but otherwise... Oh, no, Baku could be spotted from the rear. Ooh, we might. We might. Baku turns, might catch him in the open. And Reverendo comes down. Lolo gets knocked out. Reverendo, oh my gosh, Baku somehow survives. Oh, Baku! Finally gets knocked out by a random shot by Masano. But my God, Mackenzie opening up again. Grenade goes out, doesn't get him. Mackenzie is going to terrorize these remaining units right here, I swear. Blue 4 have pushed up a BTR right here. We do have an AT gunner here. Lost shot fires, BTR taken out. Looks like the gunner was killed, but the driver is still up. I'd imagine that gun might be damaged as well. Now you got Blue 4 trying to push up as Op 4 are attempting to counterattack this one Blue 4 position. You got some stray flanking fire as well. One Blue 4 member just went down. Otherwise, Op4 have continued to push up here. Blue 4 have a few guys down right here. They're attempting to heal, but Op4 is going to get right on top of that position. We got a Blue 4 squad back here, kind of laying low, but that is that. And wow, the SAS group has moved off from Depso's position in the town of Borg, and they're going to go right for the checkpoint instead. I don't know. Looking at Blue 4's numbers compared to Op4, everything appears to be engaged, and it looks like the tail rotor is out on that Huey. It was just in a death spin, but it was able to recover. Don't know what hit it. Might have been the AA from the VDV squad. I have no idea where they are at this point. But usually, for the tail to go out, that means it got a rear hit by an Igla missile. Because the, ooh, Blue 4 just lost another guy there. The Huey model, the UH-1, it's a very tanky model. So if it takes a shot from the rear, which is usually where it gets hit because it's an AA guided missile, it just hits the tail and disables the tail. But not always does it bring it down entirely. All right, Blue 4 trying to hold a grenade thrown up. Doesn't get any kills, though. Did knock out Nordic, though. Bengi doing a double tap there. And then we got a 1-1-3 coming around. That is another 7 players. Adamek, I don't think you're going to get a refund for that one, buddy. I'm sorry to say. Helicopter still flying around. Mackenzie's pulled back, trying to find another angle to get more kills here as the rest of Op4 push back on that line. This Blue 4 attack has been mostly shunted. They're only down to a handful of dudes. I want to say 6. Op4 at least in double digits here. And then on this attack, you got another Blue 4 squad coming in. You got the tank that has turned over here trying to snipe at infantry coming in. We do have an AT gunner here. That's only single shot disposable. We've already seen these tanks take multiple RPG rounds, so a single shot isn't going to do much. They need an RPG, or they need this MTLB to have some sort of metis gun to hit it in the rear. But I'm going to be honest, looking at everything down right now, and Op4 still has some Vanguard forces in certain AOs, I don't think Blue 4 is going to win this one. Just Op4 have seemingly dominated every attack, and I'm just looking at the skull counts here. You don't see a lot of skulls on Op4, but look at Blue 4. Actually, you're not seeing a lot of skulls on Blue 4 either. So where is a chunk of Blue 4's force then? All right, so we got Blue 4 command over there. We've got Sumit somehow ended up in debug corner. How did you end up in the debug corner? That's funny as hell. Looks like the chopper gunner is trying to engage people and actually managed to knock Snoobos out. Ah, this is the VDV force. So those are the special forces. SAS group might come in, though, and be able to get the artillery objective, and if they're quick enough, might be able to get the radio objective as well. But otherwise, I think what they're going to do is hit the field arty and then pull back and hold the checkpoint. And here's the thing, even if Op4 is winning, if they lose the objectives here, that could still turn things around greatly. Wow, this 2-man Blue 4 force has actually turned around and started taking out some Op4 on the defensive line up here. It's because you got Zixmi up here. He is one of the best players in OFCRA. He's trying to line up some shots, sees movement down the road. These Blue 4 guys could always steal AT. Zixmi's going to spot him bandaging and takes him out. Watch that crossfire. You got this vehicle coming up and double tapping. Major Con, you have AT. Dude, you have AT. Bro. Hey, listen. You have. Yes. Oh my God, he actually heard me. Prep the launcher. Yes. Now shoot it. What do you do? But, no. Wait a minute. I love server desync. I think Arma's worth it, but you have to find people to play with, and that's the toughest part. It's like a Minecraft server. It's like a Gary's mod experience. You got to find the right group to play with, but once you do, then it's smooth sailing. A little bit of server desync there, but we got these two working in tandem to try to eliminate these OPFOR players. You got Kermit up here on 2 kills, holding his own, and then you've got OPFOR dismount, double tapping Blue 4 there. See, the really funny thing is this fight right here is probably going to determine the match because that's where the points are worth. That's where the points are worth. If they can run someone over to get the radio objective, I might even see the Huey try to do a flyby and land at the radio and take it out because if Blue 4 is still able to snipe the objectives, it doesn't matter how well OPFOR is doing in PvP. That's all they need at that point. So Blue 4 down to 3 players over here to Mackenzie. Mackenzie got 2 additional kills and evened it out. Very Mackenzie-like to run a one-man war when everything else goes to shit. I would check Arma 3's official Discord. I would check Reddit, find a unit, try to find a place. Most YouTubers and Twitch streamers also have links in their descriptions that state what communities they back. So if you see someone streaming like, I don't know, Drumheller, me, anyone, it all works out. Just find what you want to play and go with that. Because there's plenty of ways to play this game. It's literally just a sandbox. Alright, OPFOR crew moving up. Major Khan moving up. Kermit was taken out by the OPFOR element here. So that fight is decisively OPFOR. This ended up being a draw, but Blue 4 lost way more personnel in it than OPFOR. This, again, very important fight. And then this one, I mean, OPFOR, they're just encircling this position. You got one more squad of Blue 4 coming in, but that's not going to make a difference. They're just trying to line up a way. Yeah, so RPG 18 on that guy will get the first hit on that tank. If he hits it right in the rear, could do a lot of damage to it, possibly disable the engine, just make it a static gun, in which case OPFOR just needs to pull away. But this fight, that could get Blue 4 3 points on the board. And then you still have these two fighting up the line. Whoops, wrong button. M and N are right next to each other. One opens your map, one blinds you if it's daytime. Yeah, no problem. Happy to help. So Zixmi's trying to confuse weapon ID by spraying with an AK, but OPFOR knows that he's over there, so not going to do him much good. Major Khan, I think, just got a kill with that grenade. Yep, OPFOR member pushed up here. You still see him freshly ragdolling.
Ktoś pod przeskoczył. Jest w środku. Tam go.
How's this tank? Rice hasn't gotten a shot on it yet, trying to be incredibly cautious as he moves up, not risking his own life. But that tank could very well accidentally push into another AT trooper here, because again, it's fully enveloped, but it looks like they're getting on the MSR and they're just going to move into the town. Possibly to then go to the checkpoint. But I think Blue 4 tried multiple different angles to get forces in here, and they were just countered every single time. So Depso made a perfect defense strategy for this scenario, which you rarely ever see in PvP, especially in a freaking 160-player match where the defenders accurately and effectively counter every attack Blue 4 sends, with the exception of this artillery field, but at least OPFOR have their commando force on Vanguard here to fight Blue 4's commandos. So we'll see if VDV are able to fight off British SAS. So you got those suppressed weapons firing. GL goes way over. Marksman's bandaged, but not going to have good sight lines because the trees are going to be blocking. Blue 4, meanwhile, on the assault. It's going to take OPFOR a long time to get reinforcements up here, so it is literally up to this group to hold it. We got smoke grenades being thrown into play. Fury Gamer's knocked out, but Vexen and HTM have been flanked and knocked out from the right. We got the BRDM trying to be fielded in here. We'll see if Blue 4 has any 8C capabilities. They do have some M72 laws. Vexen wakes back up. We got some grenades being thrown overhead. BRDM's trying to lock down the MSR, but there's black smoke in the way. Forces otherwise trying to pull back. I think Blue 4 has a bit of a number advantage here. Huey can't really come down and provide local support because if it slows down, it's going to start going to another death spin because its tail rotor got knocked out. Oh, cool. Bob's still here playing because we saw him, 2 weeks ago use a tank track to flip over a tank. Ha! Awesome. Solid OFCRA tactics. So off where they've got a solid defense line. They got a few guys on Vanguard on the left. Meanwhile, look at this. Real quick. Rog is right on top of it. He just needs to not miss. Yeah! All right, first hit to that tank. Maybe the main gun's disabled because I don't see it moving with the tank there. But otherwise, not that much damage, but that's an RPG-75. It doesn't have the most effective anti-tank warhead. So tank's going to be pushing up. Main gun disabled. Commander turret's still active, though. So it's just an effective APC at this point. NASA trying to flank around. Bartek unable to get a lineup. A satchel was just thrown into this area. And that has somehow flipped an artillery tank, but not destroyed it. So this guy ran up and threw a satchel on it. That's funny as hell. You know what this shows me? Its simulation's disabled, and it said it's a scroll wheel asset, or they have to interact with the radios to disable them. I don't know. It would have it in the field details, but that should be a Blue 4. That should be a Blue 4 win, but yeah, they did a Hail Mary, because look, almost all Blue 4 is dead except for NASA. NASA's trying to push up, taking flanking fire. Trying to move in to hit Bartek here. I need to talk to whoever made these missions. I need to pick their brain because they made some really good bunkers with just a bunch of pallets and wood. And that's given me some nice inspiration for some future Zeus ops. Yeah, so OPFOR decisively held the artillery position. I don't see OPFOR losing. There goes NASA because he went toe-to-toe with a BRDM, and the BRDM won. Yeah. And this was done in literally half of the time of the round. So this was a quick OFCRA mission as well. Oh, Lowski, that's your buddy. Stop shooting your buddy. No! No, Bartek, no! All right, Lazoe remembered that there was no Russian and opted to take him out. Yeah, for 50 minutes, 7 highlights is not bad. What is PID? Slushy. Slushy, slushy, slushy. I'll counter you with this. What's the right warhead to use? It's alright. You got redemption and you still were able to hunt down and take that tank out, but...
Engine estaba roto.
Are you guys kidding me?
Viene infantería, viene infantería.
You really... I see. So OPFOR called in their friend, the river. This happened last time too, yeah. They drove a vehicle into the river and drowned it. I'm sorry, Slushy. I'm just teasing. So yeah, history repeats. Blue 4 has lost another vehicle to the river. They lost one last mission 2 weeks ago, and they lost this one. But as I was saying, OPFOR called in their river, and they were able to utilize the river to maneuver kill another Blue 4 Vic. The river is up 2 kills in this campaign. That's amazing. M60 in the river, what is your wisdom? Have Blue 4 stop driving me in the damn river. That's the damn wisdom.
Son ellos los que vienen ahí de frente.
So these guys are simply trying to hold. OPFOR is advancing on them. We've also got this group coming down with 2 Vanguard that could potentially get some shots on them. But Javier is spotted and taken out. Combs might be getting taken out in a second as well. Yeah, so the reason we're seeing so much desync is people are reconnecting and people are losing connection locally. So the server's trying to pick up the slack, but yeah, we see Blue 4 initially taking some forces out, but just look at the sheer amount of forces running around on them. I mean, it's too much. It's too much. AT comes in. More hits coming in, more Blue 4 deaths. Dennis on this second story trying to get some hits here. Heli's just idly flying around. Dennis could get a shot on Zints, except I think someone else got that. Marty from the second story window on the barn here also knocks Sanchez out. I mean, OFCRA has just been doing a great job of maneuvering and completely outflanking Blue 4 in literally every step of the way. This is probably one of the best command jobs I have ever seen Depso do. Because again, this is just rinse and repeat. Blue 4 keeps getting encircled by OFCRA. And I will say luck also had to play in with this because Depso was able to counter every attack by pure chance. So we still have that one Vanguard group back there. Javier woke back up, and Combs, they're both down. So Ribso was able to, he was able to move around and pull back. So that's a French group coming in. But this is GG. This is honest to God GG. Looks like these two that pulled back from the southern group are still alive. They managed to get away. Mackenzie found the BTR and was able to pull away. So I don't know what happened to those two Blue 4 guys to the south. Ah, they took a 113 and pulled out. But this is over. Zixme got knocked out. Parthia is trying to pull security, potentially to pull back down to Zixme to revive him. Now OPFOR is pushing up.
Yucky.
So I think they spotted them, perhaps. Is the marksman gonna... Yep. You missed, dude. Finish them. Let's see if those grenades do. No, they're falling short. Barthy is doing his best to hold. Oh my god. Yeah. Volume of fire is a thing. Don, can you post it in Twitch mod? The mod channel we have on Discord. I want to read it on my phone while OPFOR kind of cleans everything up here. Because I'll be honest, like OPFOR have a 4 or 5 to 1 number advantage right now. It's messy. Granted, they're doing their best to counter, but oh man. Just overrun by sheer numbers. But I'm again going to say it. This is the best command job I have ever seen in OFCRA.
Let's give him a warm welcome.
And it's no fault because Depso is fighting Maki and Flip for Flap in command, and I think Blue 4 did a great job of partitioning their forces and trying to find different areas because they had the mindset of if they could get one force through, they could still get the objectives and win, which is why you saw the SAS try to go for the RD field. It's just Depso was able to counter every single attack and just have a massive surrounding. It was brilliant. You know, it'd be really ironic if Zixme got countered by the Polish squad, and the Polish squad wiped him out, because Zixme, for whatever reason, just doesn't like Polish people. We do have the Polish flag right there, though. Oh my god. Adamek, go tell him that. Go tell him that. He got murdered by the Polish. It's brilliant. Oh. Alright, I'm pulling up this thing on my phone. Let's see how it is. Oh yeah, that whole anniversary. Yeah. Some people are weird. So you got OPFOR coming down to hit that group. Yeah, I mean, we're not even at the hour mark yet. This got wrapped up in mid-game. That's how crazy this round was. We normally do not see things wrap up this cleanly, if they even do, till late game. But this was decided... This was decided like halfway through the match, in all honesty. Like, yeah, you got the 1-1-3 coming around, but that's going to be cashed in. That's going to be done. I'm going to be honest, after this one fight here, I'm going to wrap it up because it's done. It's GG. I mean, anyone who bet Blue 4, you tell me, like, how can Blue 4 still win this one? Because after this group gets wiped out, Blue 4 aren't going to get the 2-point advantage for having at least 8 people alive because they don't have more than 8 people. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 5 more KIA and they can't get that number win anymore. Meanwhile, OPFOR just has a lot left.
Sending.
So you got Rizbo putting shots out there now. Helix.
How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. Thanks to the 33-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations. I do hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Thank you for all your support, buddy. I think it's interesting, though, with the server desync happening midway through the fight because of all the people disconnecting from the server. Now you got their panic firing AT into this group of infantry in this head-on attack. We need to see these two guys come out and try flanking, because they're just panic firing at this point and giving away their position. Yeah, so this group's gonna push up and hold the radio, but all things considered, after both of these objectives get cashed, and if, you know, Blue 4 gets knocked down below 8 people, there's no way Blue 4 can win. Because the only ways they can get points is killing Depso and taking the final objective, which will get 4 points, but OPFOR is going to get 5 points between these two objectives, so it's over. So Blue 4 are pulling back. You got OPFOR stealing these Land Rover HMGs and charging up north. They might be a counter group to the element up there. I'm just dumbfounded that this round went so smoothly. It's really rare to see something go this well. I wonder if they're just going to drive up and try to spray them with the HMGs. They might be moved to the MSR now and then come around, but damn. Yeah, it was like 2 to 3 squads per angle with tank support, and they still lost every time. And I think the major thing was, in every fight, Depso was able to bring a squad and just help either flank Blue 4 or just completely encircle them. That's literally how it was done every single time. So I'm not sure if that was on the squad leaders coordinating that in the field, or if that was on Depso microing where the squads could attack from. But either way, that was just a dream team. Land Rovers appear to have gone down over here instead. So now you're just having a squad-on-squad fight right here. Command was organizing movement? Yeah, so Command did a great job, if that's the case. But this is over. This is a very clear OPFOR victory. Order of Lenin will be given, I'm sure. Yeah, but Slushy, it wasn't only your group. There was another squad that was to your north that helped completely envelop the Blue 4 element you guys were fighting there in the forest. Because the first squad there with a BMP were able to stop the tank from being effective, disabled its main gun. That pulled the tank back to you, where it was eventually disabled further, and then the northern group got the final RPG into the tank and caused the dismount. But that was your element and 2 other squads basically encircling an entire Blue 4 group. And then the remnants of all of those groups, after wiping another group, which, you know, again, similar size, let's say it was like a 20v20, OPFOR still had about 8 or 9 guys remaining, and then another group of 8 came in with a remainder of 2 coming in as well, and then they traded evenly, and then OPFOR left with 3 people, Blue 4 left with 2 people. But, again, for about 20 OPFOR fighting and eliminating almost all of about 30 Blue 4, it was a very well trade. Because you have to consider that this was like a 80v80. Maybe even a slight number advantage to Blue 4. I'm not just saying that to you, I'm just saying that overall. But, man. The last thing we're just going to see is the maneuvering of this squad over here. Maybe OPFOR will counter it, but I think it's over. And I will admit, I do need to get out of here soon because I need to clean the kitchen. Because Bloodwayne, she made a hot pot the other day. And now she wants to make bibimbap, but the kitchen's still a mess. So I have to make sure the kitchen's clean for her. Check if the... So, yeah, here's what the rivers look like. They just look like indentations. You don't actually see them on the map, though. Which is why it's very easy to not notice that the rivers are there, which is why I think Blue 4 has driven 2 vehicles into the river. And you only gain that information if you've played on this map. So I wonder what's causing those miniature desync spikes. I heard AT fire. I have no idea where it went. Ain't that funny. Yeah, not surprised. See, but here's the thing. As an event host and coordinator, that is something you need to tell communities. Like, hey, just an FYI, this map's rivers are kind of weird. There's the cash-ins of objectives. So that's the arty protected, that's the radio protected, so that's 5 points on the board for OPFOR, and OPFOR's certainly going to have at least 8 people remaining after this mission is done. So OPFOR at 7. Blue 4 can only get points for killing the commander and taking the last checkpoint, so that's at 4. So this is easily an OPFOR victory. And these guys are just going to be constantly pushed back, where they could spend the next 30 minutes potentially flanking around, but OPFOR is going to have forces on the checkpoint just hold. And that's going to be that. Failed by... Wait. Well, here's my point here. Here's another thing to know. A satchel did go off and take this vehicle out, even though it flipped on its side, because I'm not sure if it was supposed to be a squirrel wheel interaction. But even then, the satchel only took out that one vehicle, so Blue 4 has a single point. OPFOR would still have those 2 points. I know, but like, if we're gonna really argue specifics, because this should be blown up because the satchel was thrown on it, but I digress. That's still 2 points to 1 point, and then the 2 points for the radio objective. So that's still 4 to 1. And then OPFOR is going to hold the checkpoint with another 3 by the end of this. OPFOR failed, but Blue 4 didn't succeed? Okay. Assuming no one gets the arty points, OPFOR still got the radio. And they're still going to get the checkpoint. And they're still going to have the points at the end. By having at least 8 people alive. Blue 4 are not going to have that by the time these forces engage each other. And even if they do, it's not going to be enough points. Yeah. No matter how you dissect it with the arty field, or even if you just completely negate the points from play, OPFOR is still going to win. Because of so many other reasons. Blue 4 is going to have to commit their commander in the field and potentially lose it to give OPFOR even another point on that case, and Depso can still stay in the back line. But even if the commanders trade, or if OPFOR loses their commander, there's no way. There's no way Blue 4 can win this fight at this point because of those 2 initial objectives, and because of OPFOR's sheer number advantage at this point. Unless commander goes Terminator mode. I'd pay to see it, but there's just no way in hell. I'm going to give it 5 minutes. If this group is still pulling back, then I'm going to call it. Because at that point, we're just going to be sitting around waiting for half an hour for nothing important to happen. Look, if the commander gets 30 kills, I will do a freaking face reveal, all right? I'll trust OFCRA devs to tell me if it happens. If the commander gets 30 freaking kills in this mission, I will literally just start the stream with my camera on, staring right at you guys. That is how confident I am that that's not going to happen. No offense to the Blue 4 commander, but the way I've been seeing everything go, there's no way in hell. I mean, Audrey Hotto, he only got 22 or 23 kills. 30 kills is nigh impossible. But do you want to see it? No, you don't, Nemesis. But that's a very good thing to bring up anyway. OPFOR's about to start missing 90% of their shots.
Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
Man. Shut up, Falcon. So you're just having a long-range fight with the remainder here as Blue 4 continues to pull back. AT landing close, but no cigar.
Je sais pas. Ceux qui sont partis plus au sud sur le pont. Le véhicule
So you
est là,
guys never
le taxi est là.
confirmed it with a picture, so I don't even know if you guys saw the right person, but that's fine. 113 coming in. Commanders of FAWR coming to pick them up for an extract. We'll see where this 113 goes. Because it could bypass and head to the checkpoint. So we still have an opportunity here. Ah, yes, the 113. Constantly clipping back and forth. Okay. Let's assume, points-wise, no one got the Artie points. Because, I don't know how it played out. Radio's worth 2, so Op4 would be on the board for 2, Blue 4 on the board for none. And if everything plays out evenly, and Blue 4 still have survivors by the checkpoint, then... Just look at this, though. There's no way in hell, with the number count here. There's just no way. I don't know what they're doing, man. They're just setting up defenses and waiting.
Widzisz coś, Aqual?
Nie jest. Czysto.
Kto żyje?
Love how we still have 2 unconscious Op4 players right here. They were patched up but never actually fully brought back up. That's brilliant. And then we had that pair. So that pair of people that picked them up with the 113 is the original group that was all the way to the south that somehow managed to come around, pick them up, and now they're going to do a final assault on the checkpoint. Yeah, probably missing blood. I agree. That's usually why people don't wake up in this game with Ace, is because they don't have enough blood. Let's see. Op4 might do a pickup back here. They do have an MTLB that can drive them back. But alright, last huzzah, let's go. These guys are probably going to drive around, come along this northern MSR, dismount around here and attack from the north. That's going to cost them about 5 minutes in maneuvers. I just saw the 113 spin. Looks to be okay. Well, I guess we can talk about other things today. 20 minutes left on the board. Yeah, that's fine. After that attack, though, I'm calling it. It's a GG at that point. Let's see. We've got Pog doing 40k. Hopefully they didn't screw with my mission file this time, so it won't break. That'll be at 7 o'clock. And then maybe some super late night DayZ. I'm going to give Subnautica a break till the weekend. And then we'll go ahead and put the shrimp outfit on again. Plus, yeah, I saw your thing about Barotrauma. I'll go ahead and pick it up, but again, I already told you I'm probably not going to touch it till the last week or two of this month because I'm too busy with other things. I've got way too many people trying to get me in way too many games right now, and I'm already overextended. Because I need to put more time on the side for video editing. Which, granted, I was able to get out a good chunk of Subnautica footage and start scheduling things again on the main channel, but it takes a while. With mods, no, Dawn would stab me in the back the first chance she got. I don't trust my mods. God, especially when we used to play Gary's mod. I'd always get stabbed in the back. Ay. But let's see. Going into the weekend, we have the final MWU op on 9 o'clock. Let's see if I can find other creative ways to blow myself up. What else? Yep, here they are coming from the north. We're going to have... It'll be an interesting test stop. I'm going to try to make some Fedra Last of Us offs in a Washington, D.C. quarantine zone. I have no idea if it's going to work, but it'll be interesting. So we got that on Saturday as well. I don't know if there's anything else I'll be doing on Saturday. I might just reserve the time for more Subnautica and some DayZ. Sunday, I might have a meme op for the Chinese weather balloon. I'm still working out if I want to do it or not. But the mods do exist. And then with that, I'll probably try to play with RT Columbia and then take the rest of the day off. Monday, I'll have the second Fallout op for the ambush on the Crimson Caravan Company. That'll be a simple op. Tuesday, I'll probably do some morning and afternoon streaming, but no evening streaming, because A, it's Valentine's Day, and B, that's Bloodwing's birthday. And then from Thursday, I think I'll be able to do OFCRA, but I won't be able to do POG, because Thursday evening to Saturday afternoon, I will be gone for Katsucon. So there'll be a break in streams from there. I'll make sure everything's front logged, so there'll be some content going up. And yeah, I think next week I'll just commit to bookmarking stuff. Might have a might do a Thursday morning op as well to make up for stuff, but we'll see. And yes, they're having the next Last of Us episode on Friday because they don't want it to compete with the Super Bowl. Fun fact. Oh my god. Why are you dismounting all the way up here? I guess to do reconnaissance and see if they see anything over there, but if they try to dismount and walk in from right here, they're not even going to make it to the checkpoint in time. Don, let's pay it out to the end, but like 99% certain it's going to be an Op 4 victory. Let you and stuff what? Oh my gosh, no, so we got time. I tried to book a rage room for Bloodwing and myself on Valentine's Day because it's something she said she wanted to do, and I thought it would be really funny if there was a couple that had been together for like 9 years book a rage room. But for some reason, all of the rage rooms around us are closed on Tuesdays. But they didn't have it closed on their actual sign-up process, so I sign up for one. I look around, I see there's a nice restaurant to get dinner from after, so I book a reservation. And the rage room then emails me, calls me, whatever, a day later and says, hey, we're actually not open on Tuesdays. And I'm like, well, then why is your website say that you're open? And they're like, oh, shit, 1 second. And then they have me stay on hold. I don't know why I stayed. I was too busy editing. But they're like, okay, try booking a reservation now. And I'm like, I can't. You just blocked out all the Tuesdays. I was like, all right, cool. And they hung up. And I'm like, God damn it. So I booked another one a few days ago. There's the Artie. Wait a minute. Interesting. So they're calling it complete for Blue 4, which means Blue 4 has 3 points on the board. So in that case, Op 4 has 2 points for the radio, Blue 4 has 3 points for the, excuse me, Op 4 has 2 points for the radio, Blue 4 has all 3 points from the Artie, but Op 4 is still going to have the 3 points from the checkpoint. So even then, guys, it doesn't matter. Op 4 is still going to win. Even though that's a hiccup. But yeah, that's funny to see. So mission will be over in 15 minutes. Blue 4, I think, realizing that, they're remounting. But anyway, second rage room I booked, that's fine. They had space open on Tuesdays, and I saw nothing on their website about being closed on Tuesdays. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is up in Rockville. There's a Taco Bomb up in Rockville with a nice taquito bar. That'll be a fun date night for Valentine's Day. She loves that Taco Bamba. Cool. And then they messaged me this morning and said, hey, we're actually not open on Tuesdays. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean? So, yeah. That was funny. So I've gone with a backup plan. And I can't tell you that because I know she's listening. But it's going to be a nice backup plan. And it's local, too, so we don't have to drive that far. Compared to these other rage rooms where we would have to go down to frickin' Central Virginia or up in Rockville in Maryland compared to us living in Centerville. Rage block, yeah, right? Shrimp outfit date. See, the funny thing is she's allergic to shrimp, so that would kill her. And I don't have the insurance claim yet. But then again, here's the thing. Do I try to kill her for a few $1 million at most and pay out in insurance? And then have to cover, you know, funeral costs and then helping her family out and yada-da? Or do I let her live and continue to make 6 figures and just mooch off of that over the next, you know, rest of my life? So I think it would be more profitable to keep her alive. Ah, God, I hope she's not listening. I'm a dead man either way. But yeah, you know, wink. Zixme, yes, unfortunately, you're taken out by a squad of Polish soldiers, buddy. How do you feel? I'm glad you showed up so I could make that joke. Bad jokes? Oh, no. Her and I literally call each other dumbass. Like, we have a very morbid sense of humor to go with all of that, so don't worry about it. I got time for them to kill me or I would have been treated as a hacker. Splatmaster. I don't know. We're just waiting. We're just kind of poking Blue 4 with a stick and asking them to do something. Op 4 knows they're coming because the 113 charged up ahead. That was silly. Oh my God. But anyway, yeah, in 2 hours we'll have POG done. Oh yeah, 113s are incredibly loud. That's one of their negatives. We just had AT fire into Op 4's line. They hit a transport truck. So why is the 113 engaging before the infantry's ready to push? That's my major question. More AT fired. They just blew up the transport truck. But again, this is, I guess, just having Op 4 now get into positions to fortify. And this makes no sense. Falcon, you play whatever you want. I'm not banning you because from any roles because of what happened, but yeah, it's pretty funny. The MTLB is trying to be amphibious. The 113 just took AT fire. And Dennis the Menace just sprayed these men down, only to be sprayed down by the approaching Blue 4 squad. So there goes the 113, MTLB not in a position to engage. Yeah, right, Slash. Watching all this play out. So I gotta give it to Blue 4 for trying here, but they are literally outnumbered 3-1. Yeah, where did Mackenzie go with the BTR? Ah, right here. Lying in wait, just to mow down anything that comes around. MTLB pushing up on the right flank. Oh boy, I mean Rick here has AT. Nope, that's used. It was disposed of earlier, so no AT for Blue 4. Tackle brought back up by the medic.
Statue de ta gueule.
So that one.
Blue 4's gonna see movement over here. They're trying to fire at Op4 moving in. It's a mix of everything. You got VDV in play as well. Rizbo, one of the more heavy hitters, gets knocked out. I'm waiting to see the MTLB come on the MSR and just start decking people. What are you doing looking left for? So that MTLB thankfully doesn't know where Blue 4 is.
Ok, tu recules.
You know, again, giving it to credit, credit where credit's due, Blue 4 seems like they are trading evenly with Op4, but when Op4 has a 3-1 advantage, you don't want to trade evenly. Alright, MTLB finally gets a kill. Rick gets taken out by a fire team worth of Op4 coming up. AT fires and hits the 113, so I guess that was Op4 AT? Interesting. Oh no. You overextended. That's a grenade. That's a grenade. Yeah, that's over. That's over and done. Pay it out to Op4, please. It's over. Guys, the fight is over. It's over. GG, no re. It's over. Anyway, guys, that was some pretty solid PvP overall, I'll say. We'll be back in a little under 2 hours for some Pog Zeusing for 40k. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Yes, pay it out to Op4 Don. Otherwise, cheers. Have a good one. Hopefully, I'll see you in 2 hours. Hi, Boo. Come up to clean the kitchen, okay? Are you just gonna answer with wah? I hope my mic's picking that up. Do it again. Yeah, it's picking it up. That's funny as hell. All right. Well, let me end the stream now. That's funny. Yes, honey. Did you do well at work today? Did you do well on your exam yesterday too? Are you excited for our date on Tuesday? That's great.